Nikki
state assets. Thank you.
Mr Speaker, I'm pleased to speak on this general debate. Over the last week, many people have emailed me about the situation in the United States. And I think what it shows is the grave situation that we're seeing right around the world. In fact, I had the opportunity recently to see a former Labour Prime Minister speak, and that was Mr Blair. And what came very clear from his speech is that he said the world has changed. And the point that he made is he said, look, countries around the world, and particularly within the European Union, there are 21 out of 27 countries now that have elected centre-right governments. Why is that?
Why?
Because the policies of the past, the borrowing, the spend, the debt-ridden policies of the past have not worked, and the public are smart. They understand that that is not the direction that will get us out of this current crisis.
Right.
That's why when I've been door-knocking, what's been amazing is that it's not that people are even talking about Labour policies anymore. A number of people have said to me, we have stopped listening to them because they have lost touch, they do not understand the reality of the situation, and many of them are saying to me that they don't actually listen to the Labour Party anymore because there has been a basic failure to understand the gravity of the situation in this country and around the world. So I'm very proud that at a time when we have had the largest global recession within a generation, when we've been hit by one of the largest natural disasters in developed countries around the world, we have managed to even turn this decade of deficits around, to see public debt go under 30% and to see us come out of deficit within several years.
Wonderful.
And there are many countries and many people from overseas countries who I know who have emailed me saying how lucky we actually are to be in this situation when you look at countries like the United States. And we've done that because we've had a very clear plan. And that plan has been about good fiscal economic management.
That's right.
It's been about good tax reform. It's been about investment in infrastructure, investment in transport, investment in our education system in terms of capital infrastructure, investment in broadband. It's been about a reduction in regulation. That has been from the reform of the Resource Management Act to the reform of the Building Act to the reform of local government within Auckland. And look, it might be boring to some people, but actually it has been successful. It has been successful in turning what was a decade of deficit around. And as I said before, if you look at what actually Labour is proposing, people have stopped listening. And the reason they have is when you actually look at the CGT or the capital gains tax package, it suggests going from 4 to 6 tax rates for income tax, different differentials around GST for different types of food, a gap of 11% between the company tax rate and the top personal tax rate. It's riddled with exemptions that are not about good economic management, they're about politics. And the fact is that their package is an absolute dog's breakfast, and everybody knows it. And what people are saying to me is they've stopped listening to them because the policies of the past, which are borrow more, get the country into more debt, have higher spending, crippling debt for this country, are not what they want. And that is why right around the world we are seeing centre-right governments being elected, because people are understanding that that is not the solution to this current crisis. So what New Zealanders are saying to me is they want good economic management. They want to continue what is a plan that sees investment in our infrastructure, including our schools, our broadband, our transport, yes, including over $1 billion in electrification of rail in Auckland, including billions of dollars of investment in our roads of national significance, because what people are realising is that under the noughties, where Labour is still stuck in this time warp, there was a real lack of investment in this country. And it's not necessarily sexy, you might consider it boring, but actually it's working. A process and a plan that is a reduction in regulation through building reform, through Resource Management Act reform, through low tax rates, is actually seeing our country to be one of only several countries in the OECD to come out of deficit, and that's something that we're very proud of. That's something that we'll be campaigning on. We'll be going to the New Zealand public to be able to show, to be able to say that we have taken this country in the largest global recession, at a time when we had a massive event in Christchurch. We will be taking this country into surplus, and that's something that we're very proud of, and we look forward to November 26.
Very good.
The Honourable Shane Jones.